So I finally decided to make a patronish deck. Um, I usually try to always tweak the decks. I know that the patron warrior, the standard one, or at least most of the standard ones, there are like two or three variations, I believe. And I'm putting another variation to it. It's more like a handlock kind of style. So it's a very old way of playing warrior based on the fact that it does have huge creature, and I don't think you'll see it in a mulligan. Um, but if you do, then you'll see it immediately. Here I don't want the Tarzan yet, and shield block is always nice. You just Patron is always about mostly about cycling. As far as I know. And this hand is going pretty well considering Death Bite and Grim Patron. You kind of have that, you know, turn 4, turn 5. This looks like a mech mage of sort. At the very least, usually they would start with mech warper, and then coin, this and that. Uh, so a fairly weak start from the mech mage, which is nice for me. So here I just play my turn 3. That's why I kept the shield block for turn 3. And yes, I'm playing a different kind of patron warrior. It has that rampage commanding shout, which is the older variation. And here comes the mech warper finally. Uh, so here it's basically just rotating through the turns. Prep the Death Spite for the Grim Patron, depending on what he plays though, because again, you want to have a good activation, but I still haven't seen my War Song, so you're kind of losing out on the advantage if your opponent can just trade easily. Uh, and that shield, and that Divine Shield really hurts me. So what I really want to do, since my deck has a huge creature that later on uh, I might draw into, um, is that I really want more cards in my hand before I play my Grim Patron. I understand that most people would play the Grim Patron right there and swing anyway, just to get it. But at the same time, you don't want to get frostbolted. And unfortunately, this MechMage is definitely playing a tech that I do usually, which is the Bomb Lobber tech, and he managed to kill my Gnomish Inventor pretty easily. And I believe that's what people usually add into, which is the Bomb Lobber to do it. But finally here, I mean, I kind of can't wait any longer, but at the same time, I have the Whirlwind there. So I wanted to take advantage of the board being flooded. Unfortunately, he did save the coin. So if he has Flame Strike, he would coin Flame Strike here, which would be an advantage to him. But at the same time, I had to do it already. Like it came to that point where I just couldn't wait. I mean, I could wait again, but then I would take more face damage. So it's best not to. So here he does have what I called for, that he was saving the coin for. Because most Grim Patron warriors would have prepped in those turns to deal a lot of face damage. So here there was nothing really. I mean, I could have not done that, but I didn't want him to the trade into with the Lobber so easily with the Tarzan. I want him to sacrifice a spell at the very least, which is what he did here. The Fireball was good. So he just played a Tempo Technician, which is what I want to draw into more cards. And here I just keep cycling. You know, as a Grim Patron warrior, you want to cycle. Um, so I'm just playing my own kind of strategy of cycling uh, as a way to practice. And this is my first kind of run. Um, I know that most people have been playing Patron for a long time now, but I'm kind of finally starting to. Uh, oh, an echo, huh? I'm kind of starting to feel that So this guy is playing something that I would play with Echo, and probably he has heals as well in his mech deck. So I do play Raging Worgen, and here's the War Song. So this turn takes a lot of math. Of course, I don't have lethal because he's still at 30 health, and unfortunately, my Thorazon did not survive in the way that I wanted to. But here, I'll just try to push some damage. Um, like since there's a 2 damage attacking creature, I'll just grab myself to take advantage of that. And the old school way is to always rampage a Raging Worgen. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start finally putting pressure to his face at turn 9. It is kind of late and very strange way to play, but unfortunately I don't have the War Song in the mid game, and he has the second Flame Strike, which is advantage to him. So now I'm just trying to run his cards down. I am also running out of cards, and here you go. Here, finally, my different card comes down. So this is a test. This is a test of what he has, whether he has a second Fireball again, or if he techs like he plays the kind of deck that I play, which is like a mage-oriented MechMage with heals, or something, because he did Echo earlier. So oh, there's the heals. There we go. That's what I was expecting to see. And he got lucky with the reward. Well, actually, I don't actually mind the heals too much. I actually rather not see the coolant onto my mountain giant. So here since I saw two flame strikes, right, and 1 fireball, so it's time to stack up at least one of the frothing to see what kind of pressure he puts up against me now, because he can still play frostbolt, because I haven't seen a frostbolt. So here I want to bait the frostbolt if I can see one. Uh, I still have my commanding shout, so I can always uh, get more Grim Patrons that way as well after Whirlwind, you know, or like Whirlwind and Commanding Shout and whatnot. Ooh, wow, this guy plays a heavy version of Mech. So here like I said, my Commanding Shout is awesome here. And here's my second Death Spite, which is really nice for me. I'm definitely going to use that. And then here, since he already dealt with one of my Frothing Berserkers, I'm going to give a second one here. And here, I will definitely use my Death Bite to kill off that 3/3. Trade the big guy into the big guy, obviously. And of course, the most unfortunate thing is, he can ping this off, but uh, it it creates that mana consumption. It's always nice to force your opponent to consume that mana. Wow, a Thorazon too? Hmm. This is a very interesting Echo MechMage. So here I'm just gonna try to cycle again as much as I can. There we go. That's the Warsong Commander. I want to see my second one. Because this is where I will start pushing. Even though it's a really small board, I kept my second Whirlwind. And that is really, really crucial. You know. So I just did 27 on that turn. Or whatever it was. 20, 21, 20 something. So Yeah, so I dropped him down really low. This is really dangerous, of course, if he has Mountain Giants. I don't know. He played Echo, so it could be anything. He played so many heavy cards. Um,
What to do? What to do?
wow. So
You win
the
big.
heavy, the first Chromagus, was that from a unstable? Seems like I didn't read it properly. Anyway, good game.